the state is in line to receive about $11 million with the settlement, the National Multi-State Settlement. And Attorney General Bill Biden partnered with Attorney Generals from across the country to achieve this settlement from the 5 big banks. And so the $11 million are coming to Delaware very shortly. And Greg Strong from Attorney General Biden's office is here today. He's the recent chief of the Consumer Protection Unit. And DSHA and on behalf of the governor and Attorney General Bill Biden's office are working very closely together to make sure that our efforts are coordinated, that $11 million is spent in a coordinated way. And so what we have come to so far, and I think there are still some pieces of the programs that we're working on, but what we've come together so far to divvy up that money is that, as Jane referenced, about $7.5 million will go to the Attorney General's office for mortgage fraud investigation and prosecution. That's obviously a very big piece, a very important piece of the state's response to the foreclosure crisis. There's a lot of that happening. The Attorney General's office has been, I think, quite successful recently with a few big cases of people who are offering mortgage relief assistance that was fraudulent, and they've achieved a couple of good outcomes there. We will be investing around $4 million into the DMAP program. One of the goals, our shared goals there, is to make sure that the money that is invested in DMAP leverages other money and other programs. And so the DMAP money may come into the state, but we're hoping that that money can help homeowners access some of the federal programs or even the bank proprietary, I was in trouble with that, proprietary programs at the bank that would allow a homeowner to maybe make the solution a more sustainable long-term solution than what DMAP would historically have done. We will invest around $3.5 million into education, outreach, and housing counseling. As I said earlier, the housing counseling industry in Delaware is strong. There are about around 10 HUD-approved counseling agencies operating in the state now. That number has increased over the past couple of years. The number of counselors has increased over the past couple of years. Counselors are specializing in foreclosure prevention work, whereas before they were much more generalist. And that's an important resource. All of our marketing relies on there being a strong and coordinated and effective housing counseling industry in Delaware. All of our programs rely on housing counselors to perform the triage and to help homeowners access those programs. So we have to make sure that the housing counseling industry is there. There are counselors and agencies who can accept clients and can see them quickly and are educated in all the new programs and all the new strategies to access positive outcomes for their homeowners. I think roughly around between 3,000 and 4,000 homeowners a year in Delaware seek housing counseling. It may even be more. That number jumps and retreats every now and then. But obviously a number of people are taking advantage of that resource, and we can make sure that the infrastructure is there to accept it. The last piece of the settlement assistance funding is about $900,000 that will go to support the nonprofit legal assistance agencies in the state, CLASSY, DVLS, Delaware Volunteer Legal Services, and the
Legal
Services Corporation. I had the letters. They provide legal assistance for homeowners in default. Counselors are great. They have an incredible knowledge of federal programs, but at some point, there may not be anything that they can do for the homeowners, and there may be some other legal issues. So we're hoping that these legal resources and housing counseling agencies can work together to provide a more holistic service to homeowners in default. So we want to make sure that they have the legal resources, the attorneys who can be there to help homeowners through the process. A lot of that assistance will be brought to bear through the mediation program, a program that began, is it about a year ago? Is that right, Greg? it's about a year ago. And the mandatory mediation program will act, primarily as a facilitator. I look at it as a facilitator program, and it brings homeowners and banks together with resources to support the homeowners through the process. And hopefully they come to an agreement, and the foreclosure process ends there. If they can't come to an agreement, they can still go through the foreclosure process, but at least there was an opportunity for homeowners and banks to work out there. So I believe that's I hope a good picture of what the state's response to the foreclosure crisis has been, is, and even over the next few months as we unroll that settlement agreement funding will be for the next 2 to 3 years.